It's Michaela and you are watching FunsizedStyle. This is a video that I, at the time, only dreamed of making. And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here making this video already, and it just doesn't seem possible. Today, if you haven't noticed by the title, I am going to be rewatching my halo traction surgery video. And 1 year ago today, the day that you guys are watching this, is when I was placed into halo traction. And this journey that has been more difficult, yet more rewarding than I ever imagined, began 1 year ago today. And to be able to have video footage of one of the most difficult and special days of my life is such a gift. We wish that I had the same for my spinal fusion, but I don't. But that's not what today's video is about. But today I'm just going to be rewatching this video and kind of just sharing my reactions with you on some things and share some things and just kind of talk through it. If you've never seen like a reaction type video, I've never filmed one of these, but as soon as I knew that I had this video footage and as soon as I posted that video, I knew that 1 year later I would want to react to it because I knew my circumstances would be so different one way or another. You know, in some ways, I'm going to talk about this more. I'm going to be doing a general reflection on 1 year post halo traction, but in some ways I wish that my circumstances were a lot different. This 1 year mark of being in halo traction, but at the same time I absolutely hate saying that because it went exactly as it was supposed to go, and my surgery could not have had, both surgeries, halo traction and spinal fusions, could not have gone more perfect. And yeah, just so many feels, and I don't want to go into that too much in this video because that's what the reflection is for, but I couldn't help but mention it because I just have so many feels this week and this month in general, because it's just so hard to believe it was 1 year ago, and so much can change in 1 year. There's just so much of this journey that I miss, and I know that's weird to say. I'll get into talking about that more. For now, I will go ahead and we will start the video. So I will of course have the full video. We are going to watch the full video, but I'll have it linked anyways. If you want to watch it again when we're not stopping and talking through it, if that makes sense, because I am going to pause it to chat about some things. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start it. I will say also, I have watched this a bunch of times. I've watched this dozens of times. Actually, since my halo traction surgery, because it is so special to me and so fascinating to me that I have this video footage. Looking at the viewfinder, I'm not used to having my camera right here. So I did just want to say I have not watched it since I've seen it. Like, I've watched it many times, but I couldn't help but do this reaction video. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll go ahead and play it. And then some of the parts I'm going to pause it and talk through, and then some of the parts I'll just kind of talk over as the video is playing. I can't believe this was filmed a year ago. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore a year ago. I did that on purpose. My pre-op nurse, I've had her a bunch of times throughout my surgery, and she's like one of the best they have. And it's just crazy that God placed her with me for that day. Faith over fear. One of the residents was explaining like where they were going to place the pins and in my halo. So this is something that I wanted to talk about here because I mentioned it briefly in the, like, some of my halo traction videos, I think, but they were testing my, wow, that is a smashing diva shot right there of me, sorry. But they had to test like they wanted to test my neural function before I actually get the halo place, like my eye movement and things like that, so that they could make sure that it was, you know, normal. And then because having a halo place can affect your eye movement, like function and all that. So if anything were to be quote like wrong, I guess, that way they knew like my baseline and stuff like that. So that's what they were doing here. But I just wanted to explain why they were having me do weird things with my hands and my eyes and everything like that. But just getting ready to get my baseline so that they knew. There's my surgeon! We couldn't believe that we were at this day, finally, and she was explaining just everything that they were going to do, of course. Put the halo, and then, like, also going over what my inpatient stay would look like, and how they would train my parents to help me. I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, the day is finally here. I remember literally every detail of this day. On the back, you can see the contraption for my halo that was going to be placed on my wheelchair. That is the anesthesiologist, or one of them, and he was just, like, going over everything. He was super amazing. One of the best I've had as well. Just so nice. My friend Kelly came to visit in pre-op, obviously, as you can see here in the text, but I mean, it was just great. We always laugh and smile when we're together, so it was great to see her right before one of the biggest days of my life. She's amazing. They are checking, that is the respiratory therapist. He is checking the settings on my ventilator and just like getting all the numbers and everything for when I wake up, and they would know like that everything is okay and everything is set correctly, because they switched me over to the hospital trilogy. Okay, so this is something that I don't think I ever talked about, and this was, I keep pausing at the most unglamorous times, but this was one of the areas that I wanted to be sure to talk about in this video, because I don't remember mentioning it in, like, in any of my updates or anything, but I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to put like a little arrow or something, but on my, I can't remember, like, because it switches, so I think it's my left. You can see I have like a round, well not round, but like a cotton swab thing on my wrist, on my hand, and that was because the guy previously who tried to do my IV, it didn't go well, which I felt really bad. They like, I'm really hard to get an IV. I'm like every phlebotomist and like anesthesiologist's worst nightmare when it comes to that. And I know there's like a lot of people like me, but I still feel bad every single time. And so he he tried, and I like never have screamed or anything or like cried. I mean, as a baby and as a child I probably did, but of an IV, like never, other than like, you know, again, as a baby and as like a super young child, but like into my teen years and like obviously adulthood, like an IV is nothing to me. I mean, obviously they can hurt, but they're obviously usually nothing to me. And I remember when this other guy was trying to do it, he like hit some kind of nerve or something, or like hit a certain spot, and there was kind of a lot of blood, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but like it hurt so bad. Like I still remember that pain, and I like this poor guy, because obviously the cameraman is here and he was like recording, and I'm just like let out this scream. Like it was just instantaneous, and obviously like he stopped and it just didn't go well, but I was like, and then I just all of a sudden like stopped, and I like tears started rolling down my eyes, and then all of a sudden I just stopped because I just realized I like yelled, and I was like in shock from my own reaction, because I never yell because of an IV. And so the things that you don't see always are the uncut moments, and so obviously they weren't going to give me footage of that, and I'm glad. But that's what happened, and that's why you see this thing on my wrist. And so they had to attempt it again, and as you'll see, it went well. Both of those guys were just so nice. God gave me like the best team that day. I will never ever forget that. And I mentioned that several times in my update videos. We finally got the IV, yay! Okay, so I want to talk about this moment. Again, you can see the text here on the screen a little bit. But when I looked away, obviously, like, hugged my parents goodbye, and then I turned and I saw my otolaryngologist, and obviously, like, I knew she was coming because I just had my revision tympanomastoidectomy, and so they just wanted to make sure, like, where they put the pins in my halo, it didn't affect that spot. And so she came, like, to assist and show where my scar was and everything, and kind of where not to put a pin if avoidable. And I just remember, because one of the things that I talked about throughout this whole halo traction journey, updates and all, and kind of leading up to making that decision to do this, was how I would feel the day of, and, like, would I have any moments of, like, oh my gosh, like, I can't do this, I quit, like, I'm not going to do this. And I just remember, like, at this moment, seeing, and you can't see them in this footage, like, this specific footage, but you can hear them, obviously. When I saw my orthopedic surgeon and my otolaryngologist together, like, the two women that restored my faith in healthcare, together, and knowing that, like, this was going to be a procedure that was totally going to change my life and ultimately save my life, and to see them, like, together, and just, like, I knew you'll hear me say in a few minutes, like, the dream team is ready, and I truly, like, felt this, like I said, when I saw them together and just talking to them, even briefly, like, right before going into the OR, I just felt this peace that I never expected in my wildest dreams, and it's truly a peace that I will never be able to put into words, but I never felt so confident in obviously God's grace and that He was going to carry me through this and whatever this journey was going to look like. And boy, did I not know. But He also gave me the ultimate dream team when it came to this, and I could not have asked for a better team of doctors. And this day when I saw those two women together, I was like, we're going to conquer this. Them, me, and God. Like, we're going to conquer this. And I just will never forget the peace that I had in this moment. Like, this is the moment that I'm so glad that I got this on camera, because obviously I don't mention anything about that, but I remember it, and I remember this exact moment so well, and I'm just so grateful. I just remember I just never felt so confident in my entire life in a decision I had made. And that was all I ever prayed for. Well, not all I ever prayed for, but that was my biggest prayer. I'm so bummed that they didn't get this on camera either, but I mentioned this also in my update videos, but after a while, like, they obviously come into the operating room, and I just, like, got teary-eyed, and they were just like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing. I'm just really grateful, and what you guys are going to do today is going to help save my life. And I always get really emotional, like, right when I go into the OR. It doesn't matter what surgery I'm having, but I knew that so much was at stake in these next several surgeries, and so the emotions were high, but in a good way. I'm not going to waste the reaction, but talking all about Jenna, but here she is. This is where she comes in and totally changes my life and is someone that will be forever such a huge part of my story. Man, I just had the best team. They were trying to figure out how to position me, but they decided to just leave me as I was.
Yeah, we want to get you in the right position, but I think we can, since you're comfortable as you are, we'll leave you as you are. And then once you're off the seat, this is just an oxygen, okay? It's going to kind of smell like a beach ball.
I was so scared because I knew it was about to start, like the biggest decision of my life. I was scared and so confident all at the same time. But Jenna, she is the best. Literally an angel. It's so crazy to have footage of this. I don't know. It's just, even a year later, I'm like, oh my gosh. They're shaving my hair. There's Jenna. shaving more of my hair. This is so sad. They decided to put another one in, apparently. There they go, tightening them in. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I had this done while I was awake. Only one of them. I was obviously not awake here. But you guys know the little saga about that. The halo was on, and they had to go and get the bed because apparently whoever was supposed to bring it never showed up. Is what I gathered from this footage anyway. Nobody told me these finite details. It's okay, the alarms are okay. They were getting ready to take me off the vent, so that's why it was alarming, because I wasn't connected to everything. And then they immediately connected me, and I was connected to traction when I woke up. And now it wraps up. I did it. I was in halo traction. So that is it for this video. That is my halo traction video, and towards the end I really didn't say anything. I just let you guys watch, but obviously everything from that point on is pretty self-explanatory. As I mentioned, I remember every detail, every single detail. It's just so hard to believe. The day you are watching this is 1 year ago that I started this journey. So much of this journey that I missed, but obviously I'm so glad that it's over. It's a very bittersweet time, and I'm just, like I say, most people wouldn't be grateful to have 9 screws bolted in their head at some point. It's really special for me to be able to reflect with you guys on this 1 year later and share with you this time and video looking back 1 year later. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have the full video linked down below. I mean, obviously, I know you just watched it, but if you want to watch it without all my commentary, I'll have that linked below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me and being a part of one of the biggest amazing chapters of my story and allowing me to share this miracle with you and these incredibly vulnerable moments. I share these in hopes to impact people in whatever way they may feel impacted in a positive way. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it and a part of my story. I can't wait to see what the next year holds. See you guys in my next video. Bye.